This is a cheap magic arm off Amazon, and I absolutely hate it. The reason I've never liked magic arms or friction arms is because I've always purchased cheap ones and they're cheap. They're just junk. If you don't screw it in right, you do this, the whole thing will tip over and your piece will fall over. And then no matter how hard you tighten it, the teeth in here are so small that it just always is gonna move no matter what you do. So you can't really utilize them that well. And the fact that there's no sort of real quick release system, because you'd have to screw everything down. It takes time. Once it's screwed down, you gotta move it around and get it in place. And and like I said before, if you set it, you have to set it so that it goes against the screw. You can't set it so that it's not against the screw, because then that's what happens. I've not used these things hardly at all because of that reason. But when Ifootage sent me their spider crabs, the new friction arms, the magic arms from Ifootage, they're fantastic. And Ifootage did send these to me for free. They're not paying me, they're not asking me to say anything, they don't get to see this video before it's released, but they just sent them and said try them out. And I've been trying them out for the last few weeks, and I gotta say, I've been blown away by the build quality of these and what they're capable of. These are the magic arms from Ifootage, the spider crabs. They're not cheap, but like most things in this sort of business, you get what you pay for. And on things like this, tripods, support gear, things that are probably gonna last you the rest of your life, it's better to invest a lot more money up front and have something that's gonna last and that's gonna actually be useful than get cheap junk and buy cheap junk 6, 7, 8, 9 times and hate it and just not use it because you hate the way it works. And that's where these come in incredible. Now I've been using them for about 4 weeks. This is the LT, which is the cheapest. It's the 4 to 5.5. And they also sent me the MA 3 to 4 and the MA 5 to 6. These things are the most bomb-proof, bulletproof things that I've used, and they're really, really well designed. On the design, first off, this is the cheapest one, and I cannot, if you see the size of the teeth in here, they're huge, and it will take a lot of force. I mean, I can't. I've tried, and that's not even tightened all the way down. There's a lot of things that you don't really notice until you've used a really junky, crappy, cheap one like I've been using. That's where this, even though this is the cheapest one Ifootage offers, the design really comes into play. Now you've got a cold shoe mount here with a 1/4-20 in it and some locating holes if you want to use something like that. It tightens down with this really nice grippy ring here, which has got a knurled edge so you can get a good grip on it. And then on this end, you've got the 1/4-20 and an O-ring, which gives you grip, which is much better and I think is gonna last a lot longer than the cheap little like rubber grippy stuff that you usually find on the cheap ones. But the nice thing is too, instead of having to spin this to put it on, you can just turn this knurled thing here. So you put it up, you rotate it in, and without ever having to turn or use your piece of, rotate your piece of equipment to get it on there, you've got a really nice tight grip and it is well attached. But there's also the MA version, which are the more expensive versions, but they come with some really, really nice upgrades. Now this is the MA 5.6. I've also got the 3.4 here, and either one of these is fantastic. Here's what's really nice and really well designed about these is you've got these nice lever locks or lever locks, depending on where you're from, and then this little button you push here to pop this part out. Now this is the 3/8 or 1/4-20 with the airy locating pins, which also push back. So if you don't have pins, they'll just push back, no problem. But the nice thing about the way this is designed is the 3/8 will just push back, and then you can rotate, if I can do this with 2 hands, you can just rotate this to clamp it down. And it's got the same nice rubber O-ring. You clamp it down, flip this in, and then if you notice there's 3 holes here and 3 little spikes in there, those line up together. So you put it in by kind of lining up those 3 spikes on the little red handle, and it clicks in, and because of this little push thing here, it locks in place. So it won't fall out, which is really nice if you're attaching expensive, heavier monitors or other heavy gear, but you're putting it in upside down, you don't have to worry about it falling. The nice thing is too, push that, pops right out, and you're ready to put this, onto another magic arm or something else somewhere else. If Ifootage isn't selling these individually, they really should consider it, because you can attach these to whatever you want that has a 3/8 or 1/4-20 or airy pins, and then hot swap these to go wherever else you want to go, and then you're ready to go. So then I could take this arm, pop this off, pop this off and go stick it on my tripod or on a slider or on my camera with a monitor or anything like that. Makes it super fast and super easy to be able to swap and move your gear around. Now, the other nice thing that comes with these MA series arms is this. It's a cold shoe mount with a 1/4-20 and some air relocating pins. You can attach this just like you would to anything else, nice and tight. You've got this nice knurled band that tightens it down. Then you can put this in a cold shoe or a hot shoe on your camera, and then immediately you have a way to, again, attach this arm. Nice, locking, tight. It won't come loose. You can tighten it down so that it's super tight. And then the same thing with this arm, even though it's much bigger, you can't, like, I mean, you could probably get it to break if you really tried, but I've tried pretty hard and it has not budged on me. If you want to see other equipment that's fantastic for solo creators, filmmakers, photographers, click or tap there. I put together a short playlist. I will see you in one of those videos. As always, if you have questions, ask me in the comments below or join my live stream Wednesday nights at 4 p.m. Alaska time, 8 p.m. Eastern. I will see you again soon in the next video. Cheers.